Well, good morning, and isn't it a lovely morning? Soldiers mauled in crocodile attack sue the Department of Defense. Sue happy people. Um, Whenever I hear of anybody suing anybody, I automatically assume the person, what is it, the defendant? Is that what it would be? So the person that is suing, I usually automatically don't believe them at first, unless, of course, there's evidence. But when I hear that a soldier mauled in crocodile attack sues the Department of Defense, my automatic thing is, why would you sue the Department of Defense? It doesn't make any sense. Obviously, we're going to read the article. I'm thinking that they just feel like there's nothing else they can do and they are getting robbed, so they're suing the only people they can. That's what it feels like. But let's read on and see. Two soldiers who were brutally attacked by a massive crocodile are suing the Australian Department of Defense. The two Australian soldiers were attacked by an 8-foot crocodile in 2021 while swimming in Queensland. The department has been charged with breaching federal workplace health and safety laws, with a 7,000-page evidence brief being filed this week. You're in Australia, in Queensland, whatever, and there are crocodiles there. And the government does not have to kill every single animal that could possibly cause you harm. It would be impossible and illegal for them to do so. I don't think you have any case, but this is Australia, so who knows? The two men, a private in his 20s and a corporal in his 30s, have been fishing off the Cape York Peninsula in an inflatable boat, after which they got into the water to swim. The private was then attacked by the crocodile, which seized him in its jaws. The corporal then attempted to free his companion, prying. Is that how you spell prying? Prising? I thought it was Prying. Anyway, pressing the croc's jaws open before the massive reptile grabbed him instead. The country's Department of Defense faces one charge of failing its duties under Australian Work Health and Safety Act of 2011. The case alleges that the department failed to train and inform the soldiers about entering the waters where crocodiles live, and had not conducted a risk assessment or safety briefing about the possibility of a crocodile attack. You live in Australia, and there are crocodiles there, and you got in the water while you were fishing and possibly attracting crocodiles. If the gun manufacturer didn't say don't point in the direction of anything you don't intend to kill, and you accidentally killed your neighbor, would you then sue the gun manufacturer and be like, it didn't give me a warning not to shoot people? Does that make any sense? There's a lion standing outside your door, and you walk outside and it attacks you, and you go, my house didn't, the people who I bought the house from didn't tell me that there were lions here. And they didn't give us a safety briefing on what could possibly happen. That doesn't make any sense. Not everything, that's coddling. Like, no, duh. It's common sense. I don't even like using that word, or phrase common sense, because there common sense, anyone can say anything about it being common sense. But that, to me, kind of screams it a little bit. One of the guys, he saved his mate. His mate was in the jaws of the croc. They were able to pry the jaws open, Katie Goodwin, a local business owner who rushed to the scene to help the men, told local news station ABC Australia at the time. The croc then jumped onto him, grabbed him by the hand, and death rolled about 4 times. The corporal managed to escape after stabbing the crocodile in the eyes with a knife that he had on his belt. If he did not have that weapon, both those guys would probably be dead, Goodwin said. The boat was filled with blood. It wasn't ideal for transporting 2 guys that were badly hurt and needed the support in the boat. Australia is home to both freshwater crocodiles and saltwater crocodiles, but freshwater crocs are usually found in inland lakes and billabongs and are usually less dangerous to humans. Saltwater crocodiles are found in brackish and estuarine waters across North Queensland, the Northern Territory, and Western Australia, as well as parts of South and Southeast Asia. Up to 200,000 crocodiles live in Australia alone. These crocodiles are the largest reptiles in the world, growing up lengths of over 20 feet and as much as 2,000 pounds. Crocodile attacks can be extremely deadly, and crocs of all species are thought to kill around 1,000 people every year worldwide. However, Australia, rarely sees fatal crocodile attacks, with 3 deaths being recorded since 2018. Around 1 attack by a crocodile has been recorded each year since 1985, according to the data from the Australian government released in 2017. The men were rushed to a hospital in Cairns via air ambulance as they both had extensive wounds. You mean a helicopter? Wouldn't an air ambulance be like medvaced out? I guess they have weird names for them. Whatever. Australia. Both soldiers suffered significant injuries, including a bite and claw wound, and were treated at Cairns Hospital. CamCare, the National Work Health and Safety and Workers' Compensation Authority, said in a statement last month. One of the soldiers was left with broken bones and upper body injuries, while the second has his arm ripped open, the Australian Associated Press reported. The case was mentioned in Brisbane Magistrates Court on Friday, but has been adjourned until December at both parties' agreement. The charge has a maximum penalty of 1.5 million Australian dollar dues, fine, and the equivalent of 968,000. That's how. Ooh, dollary dues. Sorry, man. Do a little better. Yeah, this is kind of ridiculous. I want to see what it says about the facts about the crocodiles. Let's see. 7 facts. Largest aquatic reptile on Earth. Okay. Measuring 23 feet. More than 23 feet long. No crocodile. 140 crocodiles can chew sideways. Jaws don't move sideways. Said the crocodiles. Okay, Tara. Blah, blah. Crocodiles can hold their breath underwater for at least an hour. Okay. Longest recorded time of crocodile held its breath was 8 hours in cold water. Swallow stones help with basic digestion. Help crush and grate food into smaller chunks. Crocodiles can swim up to 22 miles per hour. Use their tails to propel themselves and their feet as rudders. Largest crocodiles can go over a year without eating a meal. They're able to shut down and live off tissue for periods of time. Okay, that was kind of basic and wrong. 23 feet. It says 20 feet in this article. Anyway, yeah, I mean, they'll probably get something because that's the way it works if somebody sues. I mean, I don't think it's right. I feel bad for these guys, but like, bro, what do you think's going to happen swimming in crocodile-infested waters in northern Australia? What I am surprised about is that they only get 1 attack per year in Australia altogether on average. We've had more deaths by alligators this year in Florida alone. And that, like, alligators are considered, like, very chill compared to crocodiles. So that kind of surprised me a little bit. But, oh, well, anyway, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you liked all my stuff, please support. I really do appreciate it. And I'll see you on the next one. Keep it wild.